All right, Shalom Akim, Shalom Yashadallah. First off, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah HaKodash, giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching us His truth to rule well. All right, Shalom to the Akim out there that are pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. As the brother Izar, I'm going to be going into, judgment. And, every little thing that you do is going to be brought to light, man. Whether you're sincere or whether you're not. You see? So Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, nothing is hid from him, man. You see? So the best thing for us to do is follow the Spirit. All right? So it says in Isaiah 66:16, for by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. All right? So, this pertains to the 144,000 elect men and the great multitude. This also pertains to the ones, the 2/3, the Edomites and the heathen. All right, the ones that are against the Lamb and the ones that are with the Lamb. All right, like Yahweh Shai said, either you're with me or you're against me. All right, so by fire, which is the ICBM missiles that you can read in Joel chapter 2 and in Isaiah 13, or Isaiah Salakia, 2nd Ezra 13, it says, and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh. All right, and who's his sword? All right, it really is. All right, let's look at that word sword. All right, so the execution, which is karab, which is sword, knife, tools of cutting stone. All right, a tool that the Most High is using. All right, and who's his tool? Esau Edom. Esau Edom is one of the tools that he's using. All right, but also the 144,000 will come back and destroy. All right, because that's also one of the prophecies that the elect are going to come back to destroy. All right, but it says here, for by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh. All right, and those are the ICBM missiles. Now that word plead means shapat. All right. Shapat, which means to judge, all right, punish, govern, all right, to sentence, plead, shapat, all right, Salakia. All right, it says to judge, to govern, vindicate, punish, all right, so the Most High is going to punish, all right. That doesn't mean he's going to come back and he's going to be like, hey, yeah, I saw you do some good things and you did some good things too, so you're okay. And all right, you're okay too. That's not what it means to judge, man. The Most High judges righteously according to the laws. Look, it says to act as a lawgiver or judge or governor. All right, so to judge is according to the law. And what are the laws? The laws that the people teach that are done away with. You see? So going back to Isaiah 66 and now verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh. All right, so in the time of trouble, which we could read in Isaiah 33, let me actually get that here in my sword. All right, we could read that in Isaiah 33. There's going to be a time of trouble, man. A time of struggle for the Negro, Latino, and Native American man. All right, which really is for everyone, but those are the main ones that the scriptures focus on. So this is Isaiah 33 and verse 2. O Yahweh, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. All right, which I'm going to get into in Deuteronomy also, because it's prophecy that the Most High, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai are gonna come down and save us in those times, man. All right, it says at the noise of the tumult the people fled, at the lifting up of thyself the nations were scattered. All right, when Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai comes back, the mark of the beast would already be implemented, Jacob's trouble would already be set. All right, and the ICBM missiles, they're gonna be that bow is going to be shot already. You see? So let me read that again. It says, O Yahweh, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. Verse 3. At the noise of the tumult the people fled. At the lifting up of thyself the nations were scattered. Salaki. Close that door. It says, at the noise of the tumult the people fled. At the lifting up of thyself the nations were scattered. All right, so nations are going to be fleeing from the chaos that is going to be happening. You see? So it says, let me see. Verse 4, and your spoils shall be gathered like the gathering of the caterpillar. As the running to and fro of locusts, so shall they run upon them. O Yahweh is exalted, for thee dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. You see? So in those days, all right, let me jump to Joel 3. In those days, man, all right, everyone's going to be judged, all right, and that's judgment. Getting hit by those ICBM missiles, that's a judgment, man. See? So let me get that in Hosea chapter 3. And let's see. It says, Hosea, Salakia. It wasn't Hosea. It was, let's see, what was that? It was Joel. You know what? Let me just get in the blue letter. Joel 3:12. It says in Joel 3:12, let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. It says, Joel 3:12, let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all heathen round about. All right, it's the same thing that Isaiah 66 is talking about. So when you go into the word Jehoshaphat, it's Strong's H3092, and it says Yahweh Shapat. All right, Yahweh Shapat, which means Yahweh judges. All right, or how they put it right there, it says Yahweh has judged. You see, so they're gonna judge all the nations, man. You know. It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For that day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. All right, that day is coming, man. You know, that day is coming when those ICBM missiles are going to hit. And, you know, like Elder Tahar has said, if you're not about this truth, then get out. You know, enjoy this kingdom while you can, man, because it's going to be destroyed pretty soon. You see? And it says, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And that's because when those ICBM missiles hit, it's going to be nothing but darkness. All right, which, let's see if I can remember where that's at. A day of darkness, a day of gloominess, a day of pure, I think it's Isaiah 47, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. A day of darkness. Oh, Joel 2, 2 and 2. It says, a day of darkness, a day and a day of gloominess, a day of clouds and a thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it. Even to the years of many generation, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, so before the ICBM missile hits. All right, and it says, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. All right, so those ICBM missiles are going to hit, man. You know, so what are we supposed to do in order to prevent that? All right, so this is Revelations 14. I believe it was verse 11. Let me see. You know what? Let me start at 8. It says Revelations 14 and 8. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she hath made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right, let's look up that word fornication. It says illicit sexual intercourse, adultery, fornication, homosexuality, lesbianism, intercourse with animals, sexual intercourse with close relatives, sexual intercourse with a divorced man or a woman, a metaphor to worship idols, of defilement of adultery, as incurred by eating the sacrifices offered to idols. All right, which really, all of this applies to Babylon the Great, you see. And like in the time of Daniel, all right, when the king was trying to force Daniel to eat that pig, or the king's meat. All right, Daniel said, I'd rather eat the veggies, the vegetables. All right, so in the time of trouble, you best believe that this type of stuff is going to be implemented too. All right, it might be that they say, well, the only thing that people can eat, since we're so low on resources, is abominable foods. All right, which, like it says there in Leviticus 18, all right. It tells you the laws. It tells you what you're supposed to be going after, man. You see? So going back over here, all right, it says, all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right, so all nations are in that fornication. All right, more specifically, the Israelites. The Israelites are in that Gentile state of mind that they're also doing the things that Gentiles would do, not shave or shaving and eating abominable foods, lusting after women that are married women lusting after men. All right, it's all over the place, man. You see, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark and in his forehead or in his hand, which is the RFID chip. All right, it says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of our power, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. All right, so destruction is coming if you don't follow after the Most High. It says, and smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. All right, so it's two different things. The image are the things that you follow after, like this Christianity, man. You know, these bugged out Christians that think that everybody's saved and you can do whatever you want. All right, that's part of the image. All right, the things that they do, the Gentile state of mind type of things that they do, that's also part of the image. All right, but the mark is a physical thing, which is the RFID chip. All right, it says, here is the patience of the saints, verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of our power Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach. All right, so if you want to get saved, all right, the first thing you should do is start fearing the Most High. You know, have that fear that you have no control over your life. Have that fear that you know that he's gonna fight for you if you're fighting for him. You see, going back to what Elder Tahar had said, if you're not, feeling any type of way about this truth, if you're not feeling passionate about Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and having that spirit on you, then get out. You see, simple as that. But if you are, and you want to know what you can do to be saved, that's it right there, man. Start out with the commandments. All right. Start out with the laws in all faith, truth, and sincerity. You see? So let me get that in John 4:22 or 24, I believe. 23. It says John 4:23, but the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. All right, so the Father's not looking for somebody to just be a, little mockingbird, a little robot, and do whatever everybody else is doing. He wants, it's not bad to do what the elders and brothers are doing according to the scriptures. All right, if your spirit is right. You see, like a perfect example would be Abel and Cain. Abel offered a righteous sacrifice because Abel was righteous. All right. Cain just did it because Abel did it too. All right. Because they would offer sacrifices. But Cain was not in a rightful spirit. He was wroth with his brother. He was wroth with everybody, man. He was wicked. So he offered sacrifice and it was not accepted by the Most High. Why? Because he knows the hearts of men and he knew that Cain was not good. All right. That's why the Most High told him, if you offer a righteous sacrifice, won't I accept it? So he was telling him something was not right. You see? So it's not just because you're doing certain things that the elect were doing that you are the elect. You see? And that's something very fearful to fall under also, man. All right. It says, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So being faithful, being truthful. All right. Not being willful. All right. Going back to, I love watching movies, because there's things to those movies that tie in with the truth. All right. For one, the Star Wars movies. All right. That's one of the things that I've seen a lot of similarities. Also the Matrix movies. There's certain movies that have certain things with the truth. All right. But in the Star Wars movies, all right, you had Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he was a Jedi Master. And he had his disciple, which was Anakin Skywalker. All right. And he was talking to Anakin, and he was telling him, you're a good Jedi. All right. You're doing the things you're supposed to, but you need to not be so willful. All right. Going against command, going against basically being an anti-Messiah. All right. Because the Messiah came in the Messiah is the word. All right. So it says, that was it on that. So let me go back to, where was I? Let me go back to Isaiah 66 and 16. All right. Now let me read Isaiah 66 and 16 again. It says, for by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. All right. So there's going to be a lot of Israelites that are going to fall, because they're not following after the way of the Most High. All right. They're seeking to, show themselves to be, something that they're not, being boastful. Oh, look, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, for instance, a lot of people in IUIC, that's one of the best examples I could think about, because that's one of the people that I've seen that they're real boastful. All right. They're boastful and oh, we have nice garments and we keep the law, statutes, and commandments. But like Elder Tahar has said, all right, you're not keeping all the law, statutes, and commandments. You see? That's why it's not about the work. It's not just about the work. All right, because works do matter. That's why in Daniel 12 it says in their Daniel 12, was it? Where it says and their works do follow. Let's see. Can't remember where it was at. Revelation 14. Con, it's Revelation 14. It says, so continuing on Revelation 14 and 13, it says, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, write, blessed are the dead which die in Yahweh Shem Yahushai from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest in their labors, and their works do follow them. All right, so yeah, you still need works, but above that, you need works in love and faith and truth and in sincerity. You see? So to be for Yahweh Shem Yahushai doesn't necessarily mean just, picking up a book and starting to read. You have to fear the Most High and be brotherly. And, you're going to have a lot of things that tie in with this truth, but if the Spirit is in you, it'll continue to work in you, man. It'll continue to work in you to grow you. All right. This is, it's lucky I should have got it here. Deuteronomy 33 and 26, there is none like unto the power of Jeshurun, which means upright one, all right, Yasharawan. It says, who rideth upon the heaven in thy help, and in his excellency on the sky. The eternal power is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. All right, so those that stand up against the Most High are going to be destroyed. You see, don't fear the one that can destroy the body, but fear the one that can destroy body, soul, and mind. All right. And that's the Most High. It says, Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. All right, so if you want to be saved, don't side with a heathen. You see, the best thing to do is if you're looking for truth, the truth is only in one place. All right, and that place is the scriptures. You see, so if you're looking to get saved, then that's what you're gonna follow. All right, if it tells you not to eat swine, if it tells you not to do these abominable acts, then in the time of trouble, you're going to be tempted to do those abominable acts. But if you're a follower of the Most High, then you're not going to do them. You see? Oh, man, where was that? Man, let me see if I can find this Salakia. What is it called? Sacrifice. Oops. Solomon does an unrighteous sacrifice. Salaki, I don't know what's taking so long. Solomon, man of wisdom, man of Solomon. Saul, Salakia. Just realized what I typed in. Saul. It says 13 and 31. 1 Samuel 13 and 31. Let me see. Oh, 13. All right. Well, it says Saul's unlawful sacrifice. 1 Samuel 13. It says Saul reigned 1 year, and when he had reigned 2 years over Israel, Saul chose for himself 3,000 men of Israel. 2,000 were with Saul in Michmash, and in the mountains of Bethel, and 1,000 were with Jonathan in Gibeah of Benjamin. The rest of the people he sent away, every man to his tent. And Jonathan attacked the garrison of the Philistines and was in Gibeah. The Philistines heard of it. Then Saul blew the trumpet through the land, saying, let the Hebrews hear. Now all Israel heard it and said Saul had attacked the garrison of the Philistines, and Israel had become an abomination to the Philistines. And the people were called together to Saul at Gilgal. Let me see. I'm trying to get to the point. It was right here, verse 12. 8 and 7. It says, so let me go over here. Samuel 13 and 7. It says, some of the Hebrews went over Jordan to the land of Gad and Gilead. As for Saul, he was yet in Gilgal, and all the people followed him trembling. And he tarried 7 days, according to the set time that Samuel had appointed. All right, so Samuel the prophet had told him to stay there for 7 days. So he stayed there those 7 days. It says, but Samuel came not to Gilgal, and the people were scared from him. All right, so in those 7 days that they waited, on the seventh day, they were expecting Samuel there, right away. They weren't patient. It says, and Saul said, bring hither a burnt offering to me and peace offering, and he offered the burnt offering. All right, so a Levite's supposed to be offering that burnt offering, all right, which Saul wasn't, and there's a specific way that you're supposed to go about burnt offerings, and Saul was just going off, man. It says, and it came to pass that as soon as he had made an end of offering the burnt offering, behold, Samuel came, and Saul went out to meet him, that he might salute him. All right, so he wasn't even mindful that he can't do a burnt offering, and that he was supposed to have patience. Let patience work her perfect works, like the scriptures say. It says, and Samuel said, what hast thou done? And Saul said, because I saw the people were scattered from me, and that thou comest not within the days appointed, and that the Philistines gathered themselves together at Mishka or Michmash. Therefore said I, the Philistines will come down upon me to Gilgal, and have not made supplications unto Yahweh. I forced myself, therefore, and offered a burnt offering. All right, so he was willful. You see? He was willful. But, it's not about being about, oh, well, it seems right, so I'm going to do it. All right, it's about what the Most High says. So if he tells you that in the time of trouble, what you're supposed to do is wait for him, for his help. All right, like it says in Daniel 12. Let me get that on my sword. Let me see. It's going to be Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, all right, saved, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. All right, and when people go to sleep, they say what is it called? Can't think of the name, but they supposedly, it's a little myth that people like to make up, and they said that use dust, all right, sleeping dust, so you can go to sleep, all right, but that dust represents the sleepiness, the state that our people are in. You see, that Gentile state of mind. So, and some through reincarnation are going to come back, man. You see, so it says, it says some to everlasting life, and those are the elect, and some to everlasting content. You see, and those are the ones that are going to be reincarnated in the kingdom of the Most High. But it says back in 1 Samuel 13 and 13, and Samuel said to Saul, thou hast done foolishly. Thou hast not kept the commandment of the Most High, thy power, which he commanded thee. For now would the Lord have established thy kingdom upon Israel forever. All right, so going against the Most High in the most minimal way, all right, is going against his commandments. You see, so if you want salvation, That's one of the things you should follow after, man. The law, statutes, and commandments, being brotherly, all right, being like Yahushua said, that to make up the commandments is to love thy brother. You see, do this, and you will please the Most High, man. So what's up to us is to follow the Most High and the scriptures. So going back to Deuteronomy 33 and verse 29, happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people, saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency, and thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. You see? So if that's really what you want, if you're really afraid of losing your life, and if you're afraid of all these things, then what you're supposed to be doing is following after the Most High. All right? Don't be willful. You see? And the Most High is going to increase your spirit according to how he sees fit. So with that, Akim, I just want to say shalom, peace and blessings to the 12 tribes. And as always, giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth to rule well. All right, stay strong out there, Akim. The word is something very powerful, man. And that's something that we should be striving, all right, to be like the hopeful elect. All right, shalom, Akim. Stay strong out there.